Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Marsha. In this video, I'm going to talk about the process of joining. I didn't get too much into it the last video I did, like I think the first or the second video I did, I didn't do too much or get too much into it, and this time I will get a little deeper into it and how my process went. Someone had commented that my process went fairly fast, which it did compared to a lot of other people who I'm in this group chat with who take anywhere from 2 years to a few months. So I'm going to get right into it. So initially, when I was joining the Air Force, I wanted to go active duty. But as y'all may or may not know, I don't have a 10-year green card. I have a 2-year. And active duty only accepts 10-year green cards, not 2. So how it happened was I was calling recruiters to tell me the same thing. Going to get your 10-year, call us back, stuff like that. And then my last resort, I found a last recruiter I called, and he put me onto my recruiter. And I was like, I can't remember the guy or lady, I don't know who it was, who put me onto my recruiter. I took the number, I called him, he called me back. I think it's 5 to 7 days later. And when he called me back, I got impatient and I was heading to an address I thought was his, which it wasn't his. And on the train, I think I was at my second stop, he called me and I was like, oh, hi. So I got off the train, and I want to tell you straight up, when I thought of joining, I never thought of the benefits he was about to tell me. As far as citizenship, I just thought, okay, you usually have to wait 5 years after receiving your green card to apply for citizenship. I thought I would have to apply, instead of 5 years, 2 years. So that was in my mind. But honestly, it was not the main reason why I joined. I wanted job security. I want to serve my country. It is my country, even though I'm not a citizen yet. It's my country. I want to protect the ones I love. And that was the reason why I decided to join. And when we had that conversation, he let me know, he informed me that when I joined, when I finished basic training, I would receive my citizenship. Well, it's changed now, but I was over the moon and I was like, oh my gosh, this really is for me. This really is for me. So I decided to get cracking. All I had to do is write a letter to get a waiver for citizenship, which was accepted a month later. I spoke to him the end of April, and 2 to 3 weeks later, I met with him. The first time I was supposed to meet with him, I think I was actually there, like at the stop, and he was like, I'm not there that day. Something came up. I was so upset. I was like, oh. The second time, I decided to call to confirm, and he said he was not going to be in. I was like, I don't know, I think he called me. I'm sorry. He called me and let me know he wasn't going to be there. The third time, we actually met, and I brought all my documentation. I brought my my marriage certificate. Oh, I'm married, and I was ready in the system because my husband is in the military. So you get a card, a special card for spouses. So with that, they had some of my information already, but I still brought it anyway. So I brought my marriage certificate, my birth certificate, my college transcript, which I had because I knew I needed it. So I did it as soon as I decided to do the process. And college transcripts. Actually, he didn't even need my birth certificate because I wasn't from here. They don't need it, which is weird because when I signed in to get my card for being a dependent under my husband, I had to get my birth certificate notarized a certain way so they'll know it's real. I don't know. But he didn't need it. So I brought my stuff to be ready. He didn't take it that day. He just met with me. He spoke with me. We worked on the waiver, and then I left. Came back, I think 2 to 3 weeks later. He was surprised that I actually had it done when he wanted me to have it done. We got it done. He put my information in, scheduled me to do the practice ASVAB. I didn't know my score, but he said that my mechanical wasn't high enough. It was supposed to be 45. I got 43. So I was like, I just studied that. I mostly studied mechanical. I didn't really study the other areas. I was like, the tools I was trying to get into it, I was like, I'm not even going to try. And, sorry. What else? Yeah, so a week after taking the practice exam, I was scheduled to go to do my ASVAB. And I went. Funny thing about that is he thought, nobody told him it was supposed to be, that the time changed. He thought it was going to be 8:30, 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I was there really early. I didn't stay over in MEPS or anything. I just got there and I waited. I sat to the place he told me where to sit because recruiters can't go beyond a certain point. And I sat there. I really, waited. And I was like, how come nobody else is here? Just me? I'm super early. Come to find out, one of the proxy people passed and it was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm waiting for, the exam. She's like, oh, no, we don't start till 12. And I was like, oh, my God. Because when you come into the building, you have to put everything away. Your phone, your bag, everything is checked in. And what did I wear? I had on these, not really parachute pants, but like, I don't know how to describe it. I had on these pants, these shoes, and a V-neck top, white. And he said to me, oh, you can't wear that. It's considered underwear. So he gave me this ugly blue Air Force t-shirt. Everybody's looking at me like, yeah, I didn't know I couldn't wear it. So anyway, so I had to sit there for a few hours. And it was a blessing in disguise because on my way to the recruiter, I was studying on the train because I had little cue cards. My first book I bought was ASVAB for Dummies. Don't buy that book. And come to find out, the better book to have was the Kaplan book. So I didn't want to buy it. So what I did, I went to Barnes & Noble. And I was like, I'm just going to borrow you every day. So I took it, went into the Starbucks section, and I just studied from the book from there. Wrote notes, read it over on the train on my way home, stuff like that. And that's how I studied. And one of my friends actually bought the book, and she gave me the cue cards. So the mechanical section. So I took it, I studied it. So but luckily I didn't get to do the test that time. So while I was waiting, they had the TV on in this break room. So I was watching it, was laughing, had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on. So it was actually a blessing in disguise because I was much calmer before I went into the exam room. So time for the exam, I sat there, lined up, and they assign you seat. They give you the rules. You could they give you scrap paper. If you need more, just raise your hand. So get to the test, turn on the screen, and I was so nervous I didn't realize the first question was a practice. I was like, wait a minute, what is this again? What's 2 plus 2? I couldn't even think. That's how nervous I was. Then I calmed down. And all the formulas I could remember in top of my head, I wrote them out so I don't forget later on. And I started to do the exam. And I must tell you, no matter how much you study, to me personally, it looks nothing like what you practice. The ones you practice so simplified, it's so easy. And to me, everything looked like a different language. But I pushed through. And when I was finished, got up, handed the guy the my information. No, I stepped up to him. I'm sorry, and he asked my name. He put my information, and he looked at me like, I was like, oh my god, I did bad. So from there, I thought I really did bad, and I had a really sinking feeling like, oh my gosh, I gotta wait another month to do this again. And I really, really thought I wasted my recruiter's time, and it's crazy. So I went down to the floor where we had to line up before we head off the MEPS. Went to the floor, gave my information, so we gotta wait into this particular room where they have active duty Air Force. So I sat there until my recruiter came. I asked him to contact him because his office wasn't far. So anyway, they contacted him. I sat there and I'm just like sitting solo, watching TV, trying to take my mind off of it. He finally got there and he's walking all preppy and happy coming down the hallway. And I'm like, why are you so happy? I don't think I did good. He was like, no, you did good. I was like, you gassing me? He was like, that I would never do. You really did good. So when he showed me the paper, and my AFQT was it was 81. I was like, are you serious? So my mechanical was 56, better than 43. My arithmetic was 80 something. General was 77 or 78. And electrical was 78. Is either one. I didn't write it down for this. Sorry. But I did really well on the arithmetic, general, and electronic part. So that was the good part. But yeah, so that was my experience. And then exactly a week later, I was scheduled to go to MEPS. I wore slacks, a shirt, dressy shoes, knobs for earrings, and actually no, I'm sorry, you can't wear jewelry. So the only jewelry I had on was my wedding band, and yeah, you check everything in this bin before you go in. I did my hearing. I passed my depth perception. I passed everything basically. Everything was straight line passing across the board. I was good. I'm good. Um, what else? That's why it was smooth sailing for me. I don't need glasses. My hearing was good. My depth perception was good. Of course, I didn't smoke or drink, so the breathalyzer was good. Um, Urine was fine. Nothing was abnormal. Blood test, everything was good. My dock walk was funny, but I passed it. Um, yeah, it was a long day. I think, oh, I keep forgetting the time. I think it started at 7:30 and ended at either 1:30 or 2, or was it 3? Yeah, that's what happened. When I was done, went back to my recruiter office. Okay, good to go. You just need to do your security clearance thing. I went, I did it. I think, did I do? Yeah, I did it. And then that following week, I swore into MEPS. I swore into MEPS either a week or 2 weeks later. I swore into MEPS. June 30th was a Friday. I'll never forget. And 2 weeks later, I got my CAT card. That's military ID card. And became a reservist from there, like, and did that. That happened June. My first UTA was in September. I never forget. It was on my birthday. But not gonna complain. I was in it. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to be like, oh, really? We're gonna make sure you have a good birthday. I didn't want them to do that, so I just roll with the punches. It was nice. But yeah, so that was my process of joining And let me backtrack a little bit. Before joining, I was actually going to join the Navy because I thought they were the only branch that would take my age. Come to find out, Air Force took me and had a better age range, was 39. I don't regret ever joining. Like, this is where I was supposed to be, even though I would have loved to do active duty. But I think if I was younger and single, I would do active. But reserve is perfect for right now. There's a lot of opportunities. I could be active. Of course, if my department has a need, um, I'll be good. But yeah, this video is super long, but that's my process of joining, and that's why mine went so quickly. After waiting a month for the waiver, then my process started. Um, to be honest, if I had my driving license, I probably would have got a different job. But for right now, personnel is my job. I don't regret it. Even though I hear some cool jobs everybody else get, I'm not complaining. I'm just, as I said, very happy to be a part of it. And in 5 years, when my contract is to be renewed, then I could change if I decide to, if I don't like personnel. So there you have it. So but yeah, that's my process of joining, and that's how it went. So until next time, bye guys. Oh, don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys.